Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I welcome you. I welcome all of you to this arena with a warm welcome to you all. And I also, at the outset, I must thank the Assam College Library Association, Librarians Association, for giving us this opportunity to have interaction regarding the online e-resources that is available for the students. During the 70s of the last century, the great American author Ivan Illich had started a movement, and he wrote a book. The book name of the book was Deschooling Society. In that book, it was emphasized that future education will be outside the school, and the concept that is now, which is around the corner. It proves that online education is the order of the day. We may love it. So I again thank the IQAC of our college for organizing this, and I also thank my dear colleagues, my students, and the respected office bearer of Assam College Librarian Association, Professor Singh, Professor Deka, Professor Pal, and other dignitaries. I hope today's program will be a great success. Thank you all.
Ruby, please kindly continue. Unmute yourself, Ruby. Ruby, please, yes, continue.
Thank you so much, our principal sir, for your nice and informative speech. Now I would like to request our coordinator, IQAC, Dr. Dheeraj Chakraborty sir, please speak some few words for us.
Thank you, Ruby. Good morning, everybody. Professor Singh, Professor Deka, and other dignitaries of Assam College Library Association, our principal, my esteemed colleagues, and my dear students. Really, it is a very remarkable day for our college. We are going to start an webinar regarding the online e-resources, how to provide to our students. During this pandemic situation, actually, last 2-3 months, 2.5 months before, I think about that. JNHOP, Aji Assam College Library Association or Kubadot, Ami eta notun সুবিধা লাভ কৰিব লাইছো যিয়ে নহওক মই অসম লাইব্ৰেৰী এছ'চিয়েশ্যনক আমাৰ কলেজৰ আইকিউএচিৰ তৰফৰ পৰা শলাগ লৈছো আপোনালোকৰ এনেকুৱা এটা ব্যৱস্থাৰ বাবে আসলতে যিটো ব্যৱস্থা ইতিমধ্যে আমাৰ অসম কলেজ অধ্যক্ষ পৰিষদেই হওক বা অসম কলেজ শিক্ষক সংগঠনেই হওক কৰিব লাগিছিল সাগে যিয়ে নহওক আপোনালোকে কৰিলে আমি অশেষ ধন্যবাদ দিছো আপোনালোকক আগলৈ এনেকুৱা ব্যৱস্থা আপোনালোকে ৰাখক যিয়ে নহওক আজিৰ এই প্ৰগ্ৰামৰ জৰিয়তে যাতে আমাৰ সকলো শিক্ষক ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰী সকলো উপকৃত হয় সেইটো আশা কৰিছো আৰু সকলোকে অতি আন্তৰিকতাৰে ইয়াত অংশগ্ৰহণ কৰি আমাৰ এই উদ্দেশ্য সফল কৰিব বুলি মই আশা কৰিছো ধন্যবাদ ধন্যবাদ
Thank you so much, sir, for your nice words. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce our research person, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Singh. He is presently Professor and Head, Department of Library and Information Science. He is also the Librarian in Charge in K.K. Hendik Library, Guwahati University, as well as Advisor of Assam College Librarian Association. He is a national level LIS professional because of his contribution towards LIS profession. He has published lots of seminar paper in national, international, and state level journal, conference proceeding, and also published some edited book. I am so happy to say that I am so lucky to be his student in universities. Sir, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruby.
Now I would like to introduce Dr. Prasanta Kumar Dekka, sir. He is a General Secretary of Assam College Librarian Association as well as librarian, Casitas Commerce College. He is a dynamic person actually, and under his guidance, the Assam College Librarian Association has reached a new level of height. Thank you, sir, for your contribution towards library profession. Now, I would like to introduce our Birendra Pal sir. He is a co-convener of ICT Cell, Assam College Librarian Association, as well as Librarian, Koliabor College. Actually, he is a rising and energetic professional in LIS profession. Thank you, Birendra Pal sir, for your contribution towards LIS profession. Thank you.
Ruby. Thank you.
Now, I would like to request our resource person, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Singh sir, for his speech.
Yeah, Ruby, before something, can I have
No, so,
2 minutes?
no. Okay, sorry,
It's
sir.
okay.
Sorry,
no,
sir.
No, sorry. Give me 2 minutes. I'm taking 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, Birendra,
Okay,
can I
sir.
take 2 minutes?
Yes, sir. Continue, sir, please.
I am audible now.
Yes.
Okay. Honorable Principal, AP Chulia College, Dr. Vibhuti Bhushan Patta sir, Dr. Saprawati, Coordinator, IQST Resource Person, today's program, Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh, HOD, Library and Information Science, Guwahati University, and he is also PhD in Librarian in Charge, K.K. Hendrick, Library, Guwahati University, and advisor of our Assam College Library Association. Dr. Birendra Pal, Convener ICT Cell, CLA, Librarian Koliabor College, respected faculties of this college and participants of this webinar. On behalf of SLA, I welcome all of you to this wonderful program. So, all of you notice that all the education institutions are closed last 2.5 years. And our coordinators are so entire student community and they're badly affected from this lockdown period, and the society is a great loss also in the entire area. According to the UGC, one morning I have read one article that according to UGC, that is survey report not only about India, all over globe, more than 1.5 billion students and youth across the planet are affected by the school and university closure due to the COVID-19 situation outbreak. So MHCD, our UGC, has giving emphasis to minimize this loss for our present crisis due to this present crisis. The lockdown has actually accelerated, adopted to more digital technology, which is how educational institution, analytical computer data management method, and online education solution have been forced to work in tandem and improve in the quality of delivery time to handle such situations. This is an ideal time actually to experiment and deploy new tools to experiment deploy new tools to extend and make a delivery meaningful of students who cannot go to our campuses and colleges. It's a chance to be more efficient and productive while developing new and improve professional skills knowledge through online learning and assessment. It is also a fact that use of technology in education is resulting different concept in the system for instancing the move from teacher-centric education to student-centric education. Lots of colleges are using online research teaching method via Zoom, Google, classroom, etc. technology. And looking at the challenge of college and schools being shut, the government of India as well as state government and private players have regularly been published lots of information on various initiatives taken there also to minimize this situation. And the ministry like MHRD, Department of Technical Education, NCRT, and other NCRT and other support are trying to minimize this problem. And a few of the initiatives are taken by the MHRD that SWAYAM online course for teachers, students, MOOC for the non-technological courses, EPG Patshala or e-content containing module and social science, arts, fine arts, natural and mathematical science, CEC, UGC YouTube channel also, Vigyavan also a database expert who provide information to be an prospect collaborator to enhance the employability and skill amongst the students. And other is NDL, National Digital Library, a repository of learning because with single window facilities. Many notable initiatives have been taken up like free and open source software, Forshi, EU, Data, Google, uh, and so on. Here I would like to request all participants kindly visit MHRD site also, where lots of information and instruction are available for our higher education. In the view all of these, the Assam College Library Association has taken a series of initiatives for capacity building of college uh, librarians as well as the academic fraternity through the online initiative. Our main motto for catering more awareness on use of online resources is directed by the MSD among the library professionals, teachers, principals, and all academic communities. We are providing the series, this service. Voluntary, and it is a modest contribution from our side towards to our academic community of Assam. And I would like to request all participants to subscribe our YouTube channel also, where we have already uploaded lots of information regarding some online resources. And I'm happy to inform you that during this lockdown period already we have successfully completed more than 11 numbers of webinars and awareness of on awareness of the uses of different resources in different colleges and institutions of Assam. All the technological needs and handled by the RCD team of the association under the leadership of the Dr. Vindopal Singh. Vindopal. In future also we are planning to provide some similar online programs for the teachers and students of colleges. For that, yesterday we have participated in a huge version of the Zoom platform. So now we can provide 300 of participants our services. And I offer heartfelt thanks to our resource person, Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh. He is actually very busy person, and I thank him that he is giving us this valuable time. And Dr. Vinder Pal Librarian College. Actually, without him, I cannot think to organize this type of program. Uh, both of the resource partners will cover some most important MSRD recommended digital resource, as I have mentioned above. And at the end, I would like to thank my special gratitude to our principal sir. He's accepted our proposal, and I know him personally also, and he's very dynamic principal. And I have visited his college. It is a huge college with lots of departments also, and lots. So I'm happy that we are organizing this program today in your institution. At the end, I again thanks to our coordinator sir. He is also a very active person. I have met one him last year, I think. Last year I met him. And at last, I thank to Ruby Boisho, the young and active member of ACLA. Uh, if you have any confusion after this webinar, then you may directly ask her. She has well known about this whole platform. And at the end, I once again welcome all the participants in the webinar. I am sure all of you will be benefited from this online resources. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening speech. Thank you. Now, I would like to request our
Yeah. Hello.
Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh, sir, for his presentation.
Yeah. Thank you, Ruby. And good morning to all of you. At the very outset, just Honorable Principal of the College, Dr. Vibhuti Bhushan Panda, sir, and my friend Prashant Kumar Deka, Secretary of ACLA, and Dr. Virendra Pal, Coordinator of ICT Cell of ACLA, both coordinators and joint coordinators of IQAC Cell of B.P. Chalia College, and the librarian, my student, Ms. Ruby Boisho, who is an energetic librarian, you know it very well. So it is a great indeed for us that every day we are trying to create awareness among the teachers of the different colleges of Assam. And this today it is your turn, BP Chalia College, Nagarbera. So we are very happy that there is a good response from the teaching fraternity, teaching community of the Assam, and the credit goes directly to the Dr. Prasanta Kumar Deka and Dr. Birinder Pal and his team, because they are day and night working on this, and because of that we are here. Just now in his message he has mentioned that earlier his capacity for providing information through this Zoom platform was about 100. Now they have switched over to 300. So this gives the reflection and shows their credibility, that how much they are in demand in the entire state of Assam. So both of them needs great congratulations. So on my behalf, I congratulate both of them. Now come to the main area. Today's topic which is in front of you is that online awareness program on online e-resources during this lockdown period. And as you all know that we are very much locked in real senses. More than 2 months it has already passed, and different activities are being taken place in different areas, basically in the academic sectors also. We have seen that when you open the Facebook or any academic social media network sites, platform, you will find that lots of webinars are being conducted from the country every now and then. Now from 10 a.m., from 10:30 a.m., from 11 a.m., lots of webinars are going on in different parts of the country. And in many universities, we have seen the university authority has taken the initiative, and they are producing such type of things. They are trying to help their students by providing e-resources and this way and that way. That is a very good sign. See, when this computer came to India, then everybody was against the computer. That what will be the future aspect of the computer? Most of the people's job will be snatched by the computer. They will lose their jobs like that. But today, see, the scenario completely changed. We are completely depending upon the computers, and we cannot live a single moment without your smartphone or something like that. Today, this is the scenario. Because of that, we are here in front of us. And though we are not meeting face to face, but through the virtual mode, we are face to face to each other. So to start this session, I would like to quote Mahatma Gandhi, or father of the nation, that he said that my heart is drawn backwards and forwards between the spinning wheels of the book, spinning wheels and the books. So he's mentioning about the books in the form of spinning. That means what I feel that he shows the growth of the books. So in the age today is the age of explosion of literatures, and we don't know how many books, how many journals are being published throughout the world. In one of the slides, I will show you that slide reflects that every minute 50 books are added in any part of the world. So it is very, very interesting as well as very dangerous. You can say that what is the quality? No doubt 50 books are published, more than that may be published. We don't have any measuring rod for that actually. And but what is the quality of that? Quality also matters. And you might have noticed that since 2010, then when the UGC has given made it mandatory to get the personal promotion or to get a job in university, college, etc., there should be some publication, etc. So that is also one of the force behind that such type of publications and muscle growth of the publishing houses, as well as the publication of the documents in the form of journals as well as the books. So you have seen the UGC has made it mandatory again that they have prepared a list under this scheme, that UGC care list. Then Scopus, Web of Sciences are, etc. Many are there. So it would depend. So all are dealing with nowadays the e-resources. So it is up to us how we are going to use that e-resources. But our thing is that whatever we are going to access, that should be the genuine one, that should be the original one. We should not fall prey of the duplicate one or unwanted one or duplicate copy of that, because there are many instances we have seen in the website or resources that duplicate things are there, outdated things are there, irrelevant things are there. So you should save from our. So this is the main purpose of this type of webinars, that creating awareness among the students as well as teachers how to use the e-resources, etc. So just I'm giving you some information related to that, and on live demonstration will be given by Dr. Birinder Pal in the next session of this. So the principal, during his speech, he has mentioned about the future education will be outside the classroom. Yes, he's very much true. Today we are in the outside of the classroom. That's directly or indirectly, forcefully, or whatever the situation may be. We are using that technology and we are outside the classroom. And one thing I would like to mention here, about 50-60 years back, Lancaster is one of the library scientists, And he had mentioned 50-60 years back that slowly and slowly we are moving towards the paperless society. And everybody started laughing on him during that time, that what rubbish thing he's talking about. But see the scenario, everything is nowadays in the digital form, and we are dependent upon the electronic resources. Now, when we talk about the electronic resources, it is basically read in two ways, offline mode and the online mode. When you are downloading anything, when you are downloading and reading it later on and preserving in the form with CDs, DVDs, etc., then we call it offline mode, etc. But when you are reading online directly from the web resources, from the website, etc., that is online resources, you can say that. So here I would like to point out that time and tide wait for none. So there is no time for us. Whatever opportunity you are getting, you grasp the opportunity. So this webinar, seminar like things are also an opportunity for us to prove our inability, so prove our credibility and prove our talent, etc. That even we are not able to meet the student in classroom, but we should try to meet our student through this mode so that students will be benefited. So this is the sign that even the schools, even the colleges, in the universities, all are trying to educate their students, impart the classes through this mode throughout the country itself. So it is a very good sign. So that's why the second point here did mention, time is changing very fast. So time is obviously changing. So we have to live according to the time. We have to transform ourselves in the way the world is going on. And I have already mentioned that there is sea changes or lots of changes is taking place every day in the academic side. And if you're not taking the opportunity, then you will be at the loser side. So libraries, as we belong to library science, so we should not exclude library. So library is also not untouched to it. It is the duty of the library to provide information, compile information, and make it ready to the users. The library should guide the teachers and students to use these resources in coming days, etc., because we are moving towards that. So there are various revolutions regarding this. So how we are going to reach this thing that I'm going to point out through these pictures, as you know that green revolution, white revolution, etc., has changed the totally concept of our country. And this is the fourth industry. Next was the industrial revolution. So in industrial revolution, we have divided this in 4 streams here, that 1700, 1800, 1900, and today what is the scenario. So the picture shows itself. It is self-explanatory that the steam engine was invented during the first industrial revolution period during 1700, and next in 1800 it was the electricity by which we are all surviving today, roti kapra aur makan, and then bijli is there. So bijli, roti kapra aur makan, that is the concept nowadays. We have to follow such type of things. So electricity is one of the most important thing. Then third is 1990s, as you are very much aware. That when computer came and everything started, internet came during 95. So these digital devices, these electronic devices are overpowering us in this way or that way, and we are slowly and slowly become slave. And today you can say that we can become the slave of this. Since morning, get up in the morning, start with the mobile phone. Get up, do any work, start with the mobile phone. This is the technology and this is the media which you are using our day-to-day activities. And see today what is the scenario within just 10 years. Within the 20-30 years, what is the 2020, what we are getting today? Artificial intelligence has come up, then 3D printing, robotic. You have already seen in during COVID period, in some of the big hospitals in the country, they are utilizing robotics for receiving the patients in the hospital, etc. So these are all development, and everything deals with the electronic media, electronic devices, and electronic resources, because direction, etc., are made available through such type of things. Then coming back to our life cycle. What is our life cycle? Life cycle, we are learning whatever, we are working, and then we are retiring. But in between, today the concept is completely changed, and in this changed concept, we have to unlearn whatever you have learned in the beginning. We have to forget everything, and you have to learn a new concept like computerization, like automation, like digitization, like e-resources, and many things. So you unlearn whatever traditional things you have learned earlier and relearn the new things, and then start servicing the nation, start serving the people, and then you go to the retirement, etc. Then there is no problem. But today, the academic fraternity has never retired; they are always busy till their deathbed, etc. This is the scenario we are getting it. So it is up to us how we are doing it. So there are new rules also. Before of COVID, what was the traditional job of a person? Maybe librarian, maybe the teachers, maybe any entrepreneur, maybe any persons who are performing different types of jobs, and new responsibility that you have to apply the new technology, and you have to prosper in your field. You have to impart education. You have to do the job. You have to perform your duties. So new responsibility has come up, then what will happen after the post-COVID period? That is a very important thing. So traditional job plus new responsibility equal to job, new job titles, and these new job titles has to be defined by yourself, and the only time will say that what will be your new job title, and we cannot predict now itself because nothing can be predictable at this moment. We even don't know that lockdown 5 is coming or not. These are the scenario we are facing in our day-to-day activities. So when we talk about the e-resources, there are some this particular slide shows that publishing anything in the digital form, electronic form, maybe serials, maybe journal, maybe periodical, maybe book, maybe any document which is in the digital form. So there are two types of digital nowadays: born digital and earlier one, digitization. So when there was no digital thing, the book were in printed form, etc. Documents were in printed form. So you want to make it digitized, then you are using the electronic devices, then you are digitizing it. So those are digitized, and the newspaper or e-resources, whatever we are getting, those are all born digital. So there are lots of advantages. You are searching any information through the born digital, it is very useful for us. So it is a simple definition of the e-resources, where you can say that it is defined as a group of information or bundle of information joined together, provided in a platform in the digital format or electronic format. That is the e-resources, you can say that. Online, as I already mentioned, searching through the web is online, and reading afterwards in the downloaded form is offline, etc. So e-resources are directly, you can say that e-resources are the digital version of print document which are accessed through the extensive hyperlinking. Earlier we were calling print to electronic, first print version, then electronic version. Now today we are calling E2P, that is electronic to print. So these are simultaneously used, but what we have seen that electronic version or digital version are getting more advantage, etc. So this electronic version is one of the largest and quickest growing segment in digital collection, and most of the libraries, most of the academicians, most of the researchers are benefited, students are benefited from that. And in that, again, Open Access Initiative has made an important role, playing an important role, and it is easier to reach in the hands of the user, individual information seeker. And through this, besides that, there are commercial, there are free, there are those are available through some consortiums, like that type of thing. So, for example, for colleges, we are having endless consortium. For university, we had EU Synchronous Digital Library Consortium under eSource Sindhu program. So, under eSource Sindhu program, we are having 10,000 plus journals and 31 lakh 35,000 plus electronic books and 22 resources and 4 databases like that. And in your analyst program also, where Bender Pal will show you the live demo on that, we are having 6,000 plus journals, then we are having 31 lakh plus books, and many more things, how to search, etc. He will show you so that you will be more benefited from there. So these are this particular slide, these are some of the electronic sources for electronic information, where this offline electronic resources can be preserved and kept, and later on, as per your requirement, you can use it. And when same thing you are searching in the online mode, it is online. So CD, DVDs, hard disks, etc. This is the list. As regarding digital library, National Digital Library, the IIT Kharagpur has taken the initiative. So Bender will show you in detail about such type of things. Institutional repositories, social media, you all are familiar with this. Electronic thesis and dissertation, I will discuss in next slide. Okay, so as eSource Sindhu, I have already mentioned, it is an activity of the Infliblade Center, and Analyst is also part of that. And through this, I have already mentioned this, how many journals, how many books you are going to get it. So there is no area untouched. When you talk about the inverse of knowledge means the whole entire subject, what is available in this world. So when you are talking about that subject, so whenever you even throw on a stone, so that will go and fall under one subject, and will find the resources are there in that subject. So there is no area untouched, you can say that, where e-resources are not available. Every day the new scientific activities are being taken place, and every day the numbers are increasing. In the beginning, I have told you, because of explosion of literature, it has become very difficult to find out how many documents are published throughout the world today's context. Next is open access resource management. As I mentioned a few minutes back, that open access is also very important, and through this open access, you can access many things. Suppose if I cite the example of EUC Synchronous Digital Library Consortium through eSource Sindhu. So I'm in Guwahati University, I can access this 10,000 journals and this 31 lakh plus books from the campus itself. If I don't have any remote login, we had remote login up to 2019, but in 2020, just before the starting of this pandemic period, the remote login accesses stopped because of certain technical problems, etc. So the teacher who is staying outside the campus are unable to use that e-resources provided by this South Ganga. But this is not the scenario with the endless, which is for basically for the colleges. You can access it from any part of the globe. You will have your own login and password. You can access from your college. You can access from your home. You can access from any part of the globe wherever you are, because you are having own login and password and remote access is provided. So these are some of the important things which are regarding the e-resources are very, and those are all authentic source. Now, as I am talking about from open sources, etc. In open sources, there are some problems, because everywhere you will find advantages are there, disadvantages are there. There are some antisocial people, like there are some hackers who have to do something wrong with this type of facilities and techniques, etc. So there is no guarantee that always you will get the real or accurate or genuine information from the open sources, because it depends upon but most of the time you will get it. But certain occasions you will find it that certain things you have downloaded, you feel that, oh, something wrong is there. So that means you are being cheated or somebody has provided you the wrong information. That is why while downloading anything from the e-resource, open line sources, etc., or web resources, etc., you must be very, very careful that from where you are downloading it, from where you are accessing the information, whether that site is genuine or not, whether that site is duplicate or that. So you have to identify that. And even you just try anything from the Google, you are typing anything at the time of searching, within few seconds you will find lakhs of documents are there. Now, within that lakhs of documents, how many documents are useful for you? That is a one big question mark. That lakhs of document, earlier it was said that first few pages are providing the good information, but nowadays that theory is also not correct, because in the Google also you are searching anything, or any search engine you are using searching anything, you will find that the fake websites are available in the beginning itself. The many people are being cheated with the fake websites. Like when you want to when you want to do any access anything, so you are being cheated in different ways. So that those are the problems we are facing in our day-to-day activities. Okay, so in online resources, you have to motivate the student. It is the duty of the teacher to motivate the student in this way or that way. Otherwise, it will be meaningless, completely meaningless. Now, in the credit and grading system and semester system, students are, it is the role of the teacher who has to guide the student. The assignment should be given in such a way to the student that they will be motivated towards the use of e-resources available through the NList program or open sources, whatever available. So that is very, very important in today's context, because if you are not motivating the student, but before that you have to study, go through it, you have to study about that also. If you are not going through that, then what will be the use of such type of things? So these are some of the criteria. So everything has advantage, disadvantage, good and bad. So you have to go always for the good one. Now, regarding open sources, I have just mentioned something. Now, see this site particular, I will again go back to that. So I have earlier mentioned that about 50 books are published every minute, and from open source, etc. So this particular figure, 27 crore 43 lakhs 76,478 books, electronic books, open books are there. Now this figure goes on changing. This is just symbolic I have written here, but this figure goes on changing every time, because number of books are added and during the explosion of literature area. So you have to show your caliber, you have to show your efficiency, etc. to find out the information as per your requirement. This is one of the most important things. So these are some of the information, web resource websites of some of the open source information. So the first one is the Open Directory of Open Access Journal. It is one of the world's biggest and largest open source platform for the journals. And second one is the DOAB, that is Directory of Open Access for Books, etc. You go to that, you will find n number of documents and books and journals according to you. And there are some more sites we have given. When you get opportunity after this webinar, etc., you can have a check on this, how these are this type of resources are providing the information, because within a limited time I have to provide you many things. So this is the continuation of that slide. Here also some resources are given, so you can use that resources for your day-to-day activities. Here, see here, OpenJGate is there. Then Directory of Open Access Journal I have already mentioned. Regarding scientific, etc., you can go to this NISCARE site. And this IGNOU resources. IGNOU resources is one of the valuable resources for your higher secondary students as well as degree students, to some extent some PG students also. You can download it, but there are some restriction in downloading it. You can go to that site and you can go, and it is a trial and error method, or you can self-explanatory method. You can go and you can access this. In many cases, you find self-learning materials are available. In many cases, not available. Earlier, everything was completely free when it was under the eGAMPOS, these particular things. Portal, but there was lots of misuse from different agencies. That many people were downloading it and giving it to the tuition student and selling it to the market after binding, etc. So because of that, this is discontinued. Yeah, discontinued now it is. So you can depend upon this. So it is up to you and how you are using it. Okay, and this particular site, www.infibnet.ac.in, you go to this site, you will get lots of information related to library information science and what are the activities being performed by the Information Center for the welfare of the higher education, especially for the Northeastern region, colleges and university, etc. As I mentioned, that www.pdfderive.net. So in this particular site, you have got the 27 crores plus books, 50 books added every minute. You can search easily by author and title, and it is very easy to access the information. So millions of books you will be able to download free of cost. So that is one of the important things. And these are some of the useful websites for educational support. And here, this Khan Academy, you might have seen some advertisement in the television, etc. That Khan Academy or www.byju's.com, that type of open resources are there, which you can register yourself and you can download for your academic purpose. And these are some sites which you can go through it, and that will be very, very useful for you. And there are some certain ebooks programs are there, like Project Gutenberg. There's a Gutenberg.org, then worldiq.com, then NPTEL program is there for engineering students, etc. Then Creative Commons, then National Digital Library of India. It is an initiative of IIT Kharagpur, and in Nodal there is a regional center in Guwahati also. NDL site is IIT Guwahati, is the Nodal center, regional center also. And this I have already mentioned about DOAB books. So these will be the Gutenberg, DOAB, etc. will be shown you live by Dr. Birendra Pal in his demo. These are some of the book sites which are very, very useful, and you can go through one. You may get, because here lots of lists are given. So some of the lists may be in the transformation stage, some of maybe in the repairing stage, some of maybe in developmental stage, but many of them you will get for your academic purpose. These are online educational support. So here, these are some of the sites for related to different universities. Regarding Indian universities also, you will get such type of information from time to time. And as per your requirement, you can use it. These are question and answer type things, know how, what is like that. So if you found any question, you can access this site. This will be very much useful for you. These are some of the search engine site, and you can take the help of any of the search engine to retrieve information. Here Google site is also there, Mama Web Browser is also there. It is up to you which site you are using it, and these are also adding every now and then. This is related to searching the people under who's who. You want any information about any big personality of the India or big personality of the world, you can search that name under these sites. Next is latest news regarding ABC News, CBS News, CNN News, Times, New York Times, USA Today, etc. Like that in NASA. From India also many newspapers are publishing. You can access that newspaper before the print version of newspaper is coming to your hand. So Assam Tribune also, before in the morning or in the midnight you can read it. So when this lockdown was started, there in this social media network, 25-30 papers were every day being uploaded by some persons in these different ways. And after 20-25 days, the association of this newspaper agency, they have come to know, and they have made a advisory that nobody can use it. You can personally use it, but nobody can share those news among any social media groups or something like that. If anybody is doing so, that is against the digital right, and legal action can be taken for that. So now today you can see it, but you cannot share that information. This is information related to health, medical information, that's Kids Doctor, then Media, Medical Explorer, Medicine.net. And nowadays, you know that through the this marketing, online market also, you can purchase medicine at a cheaper cost, etc. So these things are very, very important, and through online mode only these things are made available. So here the highlighted one, health A to Z. Here just some transformation work is going on. So just few days back it was not working, but others are working. You can check it and you can get the information. Same thing with the sports headlines and sports, etc. So ESPN, Fox, you want any news related to sports, etc. You can have it. The bold one, which I have just few days back I have checked, it is not working properly. After a few days, it will start properly. And this is the 8th thesis and dissertation. And again, it is activities of the Implement Center, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So Sodhganga, you know it, it is a repository of thesis and dissertation, where about 275,000 theses, online full text theses are available. And you can download it, and it is very, very useful for the new researchers or the person who is working in a respective areas, for the teachers, and the teachers can guide to the students after going through that. These are the area very, very important. And other than this, we are having open thesis, we are having open access thesis and dissertation, etc. So through this also, you can get lots of information. You can upload your thesis so that other person can also access that information, and that is very, very useful for everybody. Now, this particularly, I have already shown you that Sodhganga. So only one thing I would like to note here, mention here, that 5,000 to 5,200 plus full-text thesis of Guwahati University is available there, and 440 universities are covered, and synopsis from 7,600 synopses are available there. And this 5,200 is pre-pandemic period. So post-pandemic period, this figure will certainly change, and there is no updation is going on. That is why this figure is, for the last 2-3 months, this figure we are getting it. There are some online class platform. This is the list of the online class platform. We are conducting this program through this Zoom. There are many more. So important are Cisco, WebEx, GoToWebinar, Google Classroom, etc. These are all important, and there are many more. Here, just few of them I have given. So many more. Every day, some new platforms are coming up. Whatever the platform you are using, that is providing such type of facilities at least. And you should have some vision in these electronic resources. So there is always obstacle, and you have to come over that obstacle. Here the obstacle is in the form of the pandemic COVID-19, and that has compelled us to change our working style and change our face-to-face classroom, because the situation is in such a way that we cannot meet our students. So that is why this particular point change is inevitable, and every change brings a new opportunity. So this COVID has given us new opportunity to use this technology to be face-to-face with the person. Earlier, before COVID, we are in different comfort zone. Now we are saying that whatever comfort zone you were, you come out from your comfort zone and you start enjoying what we are or what we have or what we had. And don't worry about the success. Success is on the other side of your comfort zone. So work honestly, then you will find. So see, as I mentioned, everything has advantage and disadvantage. So e-resources are having lots of disadvantage, etc. So don't go for disadvantage. Go for only the positive side of this. So to conclude, just I would like to say that during this lockdown period, it has taught us many things. And during this period, we have seen that everybody is nowadays making this face mask in their home. So that is think globally, act locally, and we will find as different types of fabrics, cottons are used for manufacturing of the masks like that. With academic fraternity also try to provide you the information in this way, that way. So there's use of e-resources are increasing day by day, but only the genuine and good quality resources should be used. And during this further lockdown period, if there will be Lecton 5 or so on, we don't know when you are going to free from such type of activities. So we should be very much careful about this person learning. So just think that what you need to learn, why you need to learn, how you are going to learn, and what is the time frame to learn. If you keep these 4 things in your mind, certainly you are going to be successful in this. So with this, I must stop my lecture saying that during lockdown, it is the best investment you will ever make in your life, and expand it, use it, and do it. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Other parts, whatever I have discussed about Sodhganga or other things, so this and this, etc., that will be taken, swim, etc., will be taken care by the Virender Pal. He will show you the live demo of this type of things. So thank you very much. Yeah, over to Ruby. Yeah, hello.
Thank you so much, sir, for your impressive presentation. Thanks a lot. Now, I would like to request Dr. Virender Pal, sir, to proceed towards his presentation.
Thank you, Ruby. Dekha sir, I'm audible. Singh sir, I'm audible to you?
Yes.
Ruby? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Ruby, very much. Respected all the members on this platform. First of all, I'd like to thank to the entire community of BP Chalia College. Really, it's a great moment for us to meet all of you in this academic platform. And I give my respect to the Honorable Principal Sir of the college and the coordinator of IQAC Sir, and Ruby also, and entire teaching and the all the academic fraternity who are involved with this college. So in my presentation, I will show the live demo, how to get different access to e-resources, and maximum of us may be aware about all these facilities. So just my intention is just to make you aware. This is this is an awareness program. I will be talking on some of the basic things like SWAYAM. You know that SWAYAM is nowadays very much in context, like people are talking about MOOCs, MOOCs, massive open online courses. Then there are some concepts like Swayam Prabha. Then there are some things like National Digital Library. We are talking about EPG Pathshalas. We are talking about Sodhganga. We are talking about again analyst facility. Again, there are lots of open access e-resources. And even so, I will try to show you some of the school resources also that help our school students also in the last. So I will start sharing my screen. I am Dr. Virendra Pal, and I am the coordinator of ICTCL of Assam College Librarians Association, and also the librarian of Koliabar College. Ruby, this screen is visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So respected participants, first of all, I will show you, this is the official website of SWAYAM, SWAYAM, SWAYAM Central. SWAYAM is a platform of e-learning. Not only you can learn here, but also you will get the provision of certification. Earlier, আমি অকল লাৰ্ণ কৰিব পাৰিছিলো প্লেটফৰ্ম বিলাক যেতিয়া স্বয়ং নাছিলে অকল NPTEL was the platform that is providing the certificate earlier. Now NPTEL is also a part of SWAYAM now. See what is SWAYAM? Basically আমি যদি SWAYAM বুজি পাব লাগে, SWAYAM is a government of India program under MHRD where you can learn and you'll get the certification. See, from class 9 to till postgraduate level, there are certain courses designed by the expert teachers of India. More than 1,000 specially chosen faculty and teachers from across the country have participated in preparing these courses in SWAYAM. And see, in SWAYAM there are 4 quadrants. Quadrants means what are the parts of that particular courses, like this is video lectures. Then you will get specially prepared materials in the form of PDF files. Then self-assessment. You can also assess yourself by quiz and assignments. Then there will be an online discussion forum. And see, respected participants, these are the 9 national coordinators, those who are working equally for this SWAYAM. AICT is working for the technical educations. NPTEL is working for the technological enhanced learning for engineering students. UGC is working for the postgraduate educations. CEC is working for undergraduate educations. Similarly, NCERT is for school education, SIMIOS is for open educations. In this way, all these organizations are working under their own domain. And this is the thing what I have shown under school education, under out of school education, under undergraduate, and then postgraduate. These are the organizations which are working. Now, the basic important thing what I want to highlight through this the live demo is this credit transfer. You know that we have already moved to CBCA system under Guwahati University, and there is a provision what to say in regulations given by the MHRD that if you want to take any courses from any other universities through SWAYAM, then this courses will have to be approved by your university. Now, provided your university must have to accept these courses according to their regulations. This is the regulations of Ministry of Human Resource Development. It has clearly mentioned about the guideline. Even the UGC has given this guideline, and All India Technical of Higher Education, AICT, has also given this guideline. Now, basically, I will give importance to this area now. Guideline for developing online courses for SWAYAM. Now, suppose if you are a faculty member and if you want to develop your own courses in SWAYAM, then you can go through these guidelines. These guidelines will help you to develop your own courses in SWAYAM. These guidelines will give you how to make a group, how to design your courses, how to handle the technical things. All these guidelines are available in this area. There is another important thing that is called mobile application. You can download the SWAYAM applications in your smartphones directly from here, or also from your Play Store. You just go to Play Store and download SWAYAM. Just type SWAYAM. Respected participants, again I am repeating, SWAYAM is a platform of e-learning. Not only you can learn, but also you will get certificate. Now these are the old courses. I will show you the old courses. What are the courses are available in SWAYAM? Kiki course SWAYAM ot pawa jay. Yes. Now it will come. See, there you will find 2 options. One is the upcoming courses, and this is the 4 ongoing courses. Now, upcoming courses means those courses which are going to be conducted in future. It's very simple to understand. And this is the course. Suppose, for example, Dr. Abhishek Kumar, CEC. This course will be conducted from 31/7/2020. If you want to join this course, you just go and then join the course. Before joining, you have to do your registration in SWAYAM. I will show you. Just you have to go here and you have to join the course. Once you click to join the course, then they will ask different, first I have to log into my account, then you have to join the course. I will show you. These are the national coordinators, what I have shown, AICT, UGC, this all the major bodies of India are working together for this platform. So this was all about basic information to understand SWAYAM now. Now I will show you that SWAYAM is not only limited to the English language, but also now it is been extended to other languages also. Like if you want to access the courses in Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Marathi, Tamil, Telugu, then this is also available in SWAYAM platform now. There are different courses, you can go and you can access it under the NPTEL platform of SWAYAM. And this is the completed courses. Completed courses means those courses which has already been completed, but their learning materials is made available to access for the users. You can access the learning materials available under the completed courses. Suppose you are from mathematics background, then you click mathematics, then all the learning materials under those courses will be available. Suppose this is partial differential equations, then these learning materials will be available to you. You just go and click it, then you will get the learning materials available under those platforms. You can watch it, you can, there is also assignments, there is also books, links, so you can go and you can see. Just I will play once.
In mathematics. So polynomials. So let's start by giving some examples of polynomials.
So this was all about the completed courses which are already completed in SWAYAM now. Now the most important thing what I want to show you during this COVID situation, SWAYAM has categorized special resources for learning purpose. This is not for certification, but this is for learning. Let COVID-19 not stop your learning, continue with SWAYAM. And you go to this option, and if you see the entire platform, entire resources has been categorized into a single platform. Suppose you are from engineering background, then you go to this option. Basically, colleges are from non-engineering background, so we will go to this option. If you are from school education, you can also download the NCERT textbooks. Secondary and senior secondary courses are also available. So in this way, you can get different things within a single platform. Now, in this platform, I will show you the non-engineering courses here. The non-engineering resource materials which are available under the SWAYAM platform. And see, if you are from postgraduate education, so these are the subjects, you can access it. So basically, I will show you the undergraduate courses now. These are the different subjects, you can see. Suppose I will show you principles of ecology. On this topic, there are 25 learning materials. You select any one of these topics. Suppose aim and scope of ecology. You see, you will get an option called e-text. E-text means respected participants, it is the learning materials. You can understand by that it is a simple PDF file, but the content are valuable because it has been prepared by experts who had made this video at the entire course, learning materials. So you can go and you can download for your purpose. You just go and download it. This is the ecological phenomenon. In this way, you can learn. And there is also a provision of video, that is self-learning. You can play this video and you can learn by yourself on this particular topic of aim and scope of ecology.
Today, we will deal with the study of environmental biology, which mainly featured and respected depletion, flood situations, drought conditions, earthquake, tsunami.
So this was all about these courses which I have shown for learning purpose during this COVID-19 situation now. Moreover, there are different courses you can access through these platforms. Like if you are from calculus, if you want to access some courses in calculus, if you want to access some courses on athletics, psychological development and learning, different courses according to your requirement, like genetics, genomics, even for political science, human rights, development biology, principles of sociology, human rights, physical geography, financial accounting, principles of economics, child development, many things. The numbers which is on invisible bracket means these are the number of learning materials within that particular topic. So I will not go detail about this. You can access it because it's very simple. Once you go and you can access according to your requirement. So respected participants, I have shown through this SWAYAM platform how to access these resources during this COVID-19 situation, especially been indexed by SWAYAM. Now I will move to next part of my presentation, that is called SWAYAM Prabha. Before going to SWAYAM Prabha, you might having some questions in your mind that once I will enroll for a course, then what is the process of examinations? So respected participants, there is a system of proctored examinations. Proctored examinations means you have to go, you have to sit in the examinations. This is an online examinations conducted by National Testing Agency, like UGC NET is conducted nowadays. Even some of the universities entrance examinations like JNU entrance examinations is conducted through National Testing Agency. Similarly, SWAYAM examinations are also conducted through proctored examinations under National Testing Agency. So this is the process you can access according to your requirement. So I will move to the next topic. This is called SWAYAM Prabha. SWAYAM Prabha, you might be thinking that the name has some similarity, but there is a difference between SWAYAM and SWAYAM Prabha. SWAYAM was a platform of e-learning where not only you can learn, but also you will get the provision of certification. But in SWAYAM Prabha, what happens? In SWAYAM Prabha is a group of 32 DTH channels. That means it is quite related with your television set. If you have this TV at your home, if you have DD disc at your home, then you can access the MHRD channels. There are 32 DTH channels for each discipline, and different courses are run every day. On each day 4 hours new program are being telecasted, and it is repeated 5 times in a day. तार माने 4 घंटा नतुन नतुन program तेलोके देखुआय और 5 बार इटो repeat करा जाए जे केतेबा आपनि जदि miss करे then you can also watch at a later time on the same day in the SWAYAM Prabha. And this is the portal of SWAYAM Prabha. এই portal কি করে? এই portal আপনাক সহায় কৰিব. It will help you to get the information regarding the different channels and different topics which has been going to be telecast on the particular day. You go to these options, channels and allocations. Once you go to these options, then you will get the list of these 32 channels. See channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. For CEC UGC courses, you see these are the courses like social science, Saraswati like social science to education. Each discipline has been assigned with different channels numbers. If you are from engineering, then you can go from channel number 11 to channel number 18. Then if you are from high school, then you can go from 19 to channel number 22. Similarly, in this way, all the channels are allocated according to the classifications of the subjects on the domain. You can understand. And the important thing what I want to show you through this is that, see, when you click this view, then it will guide to a next page. This I will not go to this particular. See, this is the information on this particular channel. These are the Old Testament, NET, the Holy Bible, Women Pathogens. These are the topics on this particular topic on language and literature. And if you are, this is the current program running on this topic. And if you want to see, this is the repeat time when this program will be repeated. You see, the 5 times repeated time is already been shown here. Similarly, you will find the upcoming courses. What are the upcoming courses that is going to be telecasted in the SWAYAM platform? Then these are the archive courses, means those courses which are already been telecasted in the television. You can also watch directly through this portal.
The characteristics of the structure of the language.
So, respected participants, in this way, you can go to the different subjects related to your discipline, related to your requirement. And if you want to know more about SWAYAM Prabha, then you go to this option frequently asked questions. In this frequently asked questions, you will get all the predefined answers which has been listed by the SWAYAM Prabha. This is what is SWAYAM Prabha, then whether SWAYAM and SWAYAM Prabha is same, no. How SWAYAM Prabha is different from SWAYAM. it will also give you the answers. And see, the basic thing is that you might be thinking that right now we have Tata, we have this TV at your home, then you can use it. But if you have Airtel TV or if you have Tata Sky, and right now this provision is not available at this satellites. So you have to go either to the DDDs or you have to go to the dish TV. So in this way you can access whether DTH service provider are telecasting Swayamprabha channels. The list will give it DD this and this TV only. They are giving this. So in this way you go, and there is an option called registration. Now why this registration is important, respected participants? Suppose you want to get some email alerts, SMS alerts, then you just register them. They will send you the automatic email alerts related to your interest of your topic. They will give the timings and it will guide you for the particular topic that will be telecasted in the Swayamprabha. So respected participants, again I am repeating, we have learned Swayam, which is an e-learning portal with certification. We have learned Swayamprabha, which is a group of 32 DTH channels for watching the educational videos on your television. Now I will be moving to the next topic, that is called NDL, National Digital Library of India. In short, we call NDL. Now once you click this NDL, you go to this option, National Digital Library of India. And this is the platform of National Digital Library of India. What you do, first of all, you can customize your language according to your requirement. Now, suppose I will customize the entire platform into our own language, Assamia. So, আপোনালোকে ইয়াতে অনুসন্ধান হৈ আছে, ভাষা হৈ আছে, লগইন হৈ আছে, গোটেই প্লেটফৰ্মটো আমাৰ অসমীয়া ভাষাত এইটো ইয়াতে সম্পূৰ্ণৰূপে আহি যায়। So, first of all, what you do, you go to this option called login, and you register for the first time. Registration is important. It will take hardly 20 or 30 or 40 seconds for your registration. Once you register, then an activation link will be sent to your mail, registered mail, where you have to activate your NDL account. আপোনালোকৰ মেলত এটা মেল আহিব যেতিয়া আপুনি ৰেজিষ্ট্ৰেচন কৰিব, এই মেলটো আপোনালোকে ক্লিক কৰি আপোনাৰ একাউণ্টটো এক্টিভেট কৰিব লাগিব। Once you activate your account, then you can use your login options with your credentials which has been reset recently. See, মই এটা দেখুৱাই দিওঁ, 388-778 and then login. Now see, I will be login as a Virendra Pal. এটা দেখিছে আপোনালোকে, মই এটা Virendra Pal user হিচাপত ইয়াতে login কৰিছো NDL. This is the institutional membership. After that, what you can do, if you are from school, then you go to this option. If you are from engineering background, you go to this option. If you are from science background, you go to this option. If you are from humanities, then you go to this option. If you are a learner of literature, you go to this option. You go to the management option. And if you are from law, then you go to this option. I'll show you the science discipline now. Suppose a subject on mathematics. You go to this option. See, under mathematics, you will get questions and solutions, video lectures. You just click any of it, then you will get different learning materials available under this topic. You just click any one of it, then you will access it. Similarly, what you can do, you can also download the ebooks. You can download the journal and conference papers. Different data sets are available, documents and videos are available, different types of documents are available. This is the subject wise, this is the type of document wise. So this is all about National Digital Library, and if you explore, then you will able to know more about on this topic. And see, there is an option called frequently asked questions. This will help you to know more about NDLI. What is NDLI, how you will be benefited. And for colleges, it is very important to appoint a nodal officer in your college. See, they have mentioned that a person from institute called institutional nodal officer. They will take the responsibility and they will collect the username and password. So they will collect the information of the users like email ID and name, and they will send to the NDLI. Then NDLI, what they will do, they will approve and they will create the different username and password for that particular user. So it is better that you try to appoint a nodal officer from your institute. So this is all about. So Ruby, I am audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll move to the next part of my live demo, that is called Sodh Ganga now. Respected participants, you know about the South Ganga, that these are the platform where you can access the Indian thesis. The thesis which has already been awarded by the different universities of India, you can access through this platform. Already our Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh sir has told through his presentation about this South Ganga. So I will show you practically. These are the different universities which has uploaded the theses from their PhD awardees. If you want to talk, if you want to see from Assam, then you can see like Assam Downtown University, Assam University, Assam Don Bosco University, even Guwahati University, I think more than 5,000. All these theses are available. I'll show you an example of Assam University. Suppose if you want to access the thesis of any of the research scholar of Assam University who has completed his PhD, then you go to this option, then you are able to access the full text of the thesis. It can be used for your learning purpose. You just select any one of the discipline. Suppose I will select a department called Department of Chemistry. Under this Department of Chemistry, there are 33 theses already been uploaded in the South Ganga portal. Once you click it, then it will show you the list of the title of the thesis, guide, then who is the researcher. In this way, you can go and access the entire thesis. My intention is not to figure out any of the scholar, just it is only for learning purpose. Then this is all about South Ganga. And then lastly, I will show you the ETG Pathshala. This is also a e-learning platform maintained by IntelliNet Center, Information and Library Network, Ahmedabad. And in this platform, they have also categorized different learning materials. You go to this students corner, and under this students corner, you select your discipline. Suppose you are from botany department, then you go to this option. Under this 176 learning materials has been uploaded. You select any one of the models. Suppose you want a learning material on cell biology, then you select cell biology, and suppose you want to know about cell cycle. Then see, this is the video on cell cycle they have already uploaded.
Say, these processes take place in a cyclic and sequential manner.
So I will not go detail about this too much. Just I want to make aware about this topic. Suppose you are from other background, like I will just go through political science. Then you just select political science and you select suppose a topic on Indian politics, and you select, see, under Indian politics lots of learning materials are available. Just select any one of these. See, under this e-text is available, which is the PDF file or the learning materials in the text form prepared by the experts. You can download this for your requirement. Then you can also learn more option for like bibliographies they have mentioned for further reading, and then for self-learning. This is the video you can play for your learning. So I will not go to detail of this, just you can go and access. So respected participants, we have covered SWAYAM, which is an e-learning portal with certification. We have covered SWAYAM Prabha, which is a group of 32 DTH channels. You can enjoy the educational videos by watching television set at your home using distributor DDDs. Also, we have talked about National Digital Library of India, where you get lots of learning materials. Also, we have talked about South Ganga for PhD theses. We have talked about ETG Pathshala, where you will get lots of learning videos and text for your learning purpose. Now, the very important part of our live demo will be EndList, because we are dealing with this EndList in colleges, and most of the colleges now they are having this EndList facility. Now, before going to EndList, let us understand what actually EndList means. See, it is an initiative of MHRD again. It is a part of eSwachh Sindhu as a college component. eSwachh Sindhu is a consortium, and EndList is a college component of eSwachh Sindhu, where you will get access to 6,000 plus journals, as already Sanjay Singh sir has told, and more than 31 lakhs 35,000 ebooks. That means more than 31 lakhs ebooks are also available in the EndList platform. Now, what the students have to do, they cannot register directly by themselves in EndList. They have to contact first with their library staff. or the librarian or the any person handling the analyst in your college. What students will do, or students or faculty members will do, they will provide your email ID and name, and then your account will be created. Once your account will be created in your library, then an activation mail will be sent to your registered mail. Now what the user have to do, you have to activate your account. You have to activate your account through your registered mail. You just open your mail ID and you activate your account for the first time. Once you activate your account, then you will be asked to reset your password. Just you reset your password for the first time. মানে আপোনাক যেতিয়া ৰেজিষ্টাৰ্ড মেইলত মেইলটো যাব, তাৰপিছত আপোনাক এটা লিংকটো ক্লিক কৰাৰ লগে লগে আপোনাক ক'ব যে আপুনি আপোনাৰ পাছৱৰ্ড যোনটো আগৰ পাছৱৰ্ড মানে এনলিষ্টৰ পৰা দিছিলে সেই পাছৱৰ্ডটো আপুনি ৰিছেট কৰি লওক, নিজৰ মতে কৰি ল'ব পাৰিব। চ' আপুনি যেতিয়া পাছৱৰ্ডটো ৰিছেট কৰাৰ পিছত আপোনাৰ work should be started from here now, member login option. আপনি কি কৰিব লাগিব, you have to go to this analyst website, then you go to this option, login option, and then you will be asked to provide your username and password. Your username is your email ID and password, the password which you have received recently. Once you log in with your username and password, then you will get this platform. Under this platform, suppose you want to access the e-journal. See, these are the reference publishers where e-journals are available under American Institute of Physics, annual reviews, economic and political weekly, Indian journals, Institute of Physics, yes, so there, Oxford University Press. So in this way, different publishers are already available, and these are all reputed publishers of the world. And these are the ebooks. Under ebooks, suppose you want to access the ebook from Cambridge Books, 1800 titles, under every 1,50,000 titles, Springer, Sage Publications, Taylor and Francis, McGraw-Hill is there, World eBooks Library, Southeast Archive. So all these publishers are there. Now I will show you how to search your documents on Analyst. Suppose I need a book on bioinformatics. Just you type here bioinformatics and search it. Once you search it, bioinformatics, then you will get this list where all the documents related with bioinformatics is shown here. Just you click any of these links, and then you just go to this option, click to view, and you have to remember here 3 things now. What are these 3 things? First thing is that you can read the book directly online now. See, I will just click and I'll show you the entire book. You can read directly without downloading the entire book. I think this book is also very famous in the college libraries. I have seen Bioinformatics by P. Narayan. Second thing, what we can do, we can download the entire book. Third thing, what we can do, we can download the book according to the chapter wise. Suppose I did not need the entire book to be downloaded, then you only need to download the chapter wise, then you download according to the chapter wise. Suppose atoms and molecules, I'll show you. To download it, once you download it, then it will be shown to your platform. This is all about chapter wise I have shown. And regarding the downloading the entire book, we have made a video and which is already available in our YouTube channel. The link of our YouTube channel we will share in the WhatsApp group. How to activate your account in Analyst, how to use Analyst, Analyst কেনেকৈ ইউজ কৰিব লাগে আমি নিজৰ অসমীয়া ভাষাতে আমি এই ভিডিঅ'টো বনাইছো আপোনালোকৰ কাৰণে। আপোনালোকে এই ভিডিঅ'টো চাব পাৰিব টু ফাৰ্দাৰ এক্সেছ দ্য Analyst ফেচিলিটিজ। আপোনালোকে এই ভিডিঅ'টো চালে ভালকৈ আৰু এক্সেছ কৰিব পাৰিব। So this was all about Analyst facilities which we are talking, and I will show you some of the other things in Analyst. Like there is a frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions means these questions are already been predefined here. You can access these questions from here. Then license and fair use. This is also very important now. Now suppose if you are a user of Analyst, then what you have to do and what you should not do, this is mentioned here very clearly. You follow these guidelines, because if you violate those guidelines, then your user may be restricted or you may be blocked from using Analyst. And there are some other conditions. You go through this, then you learn more about the license and fair use agreement. And there is an option called member option. In this member option, how many colleges have joined Analyst, you can also see it. Suppose I want to see it state-wise from Assam, then you go to this option and under state-wise you will be given the list of all the colleges which are using the enlist facility right now. There are 129 colleges which are right now activated on this enlist facility. I don't want to figure out any of the colleges, simply just it is for learning purpose I have shown it. So this is all about enlist, where you can access more than 6,000 plus e-journals and you will able to access more than 131 lakhs e-books. So respected participants, this was all about the online e-resources. I will show some of the other e-resources in the open access mode. Already Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh sir has told about open access. What is open access? It is the free resources available in internet. So I will show some of the websites like directory of open access books. Directory of open access books means that all the open access books available in the internet platform will be accessible through this single platform. For example, if a person wants to access all the universities of India, then it is not possible for him to go each and every university website. Now what he will do, he will go to the UGC website and he will collect the different informations of all the universities of India within a single platform. Similarly, the directory of open access books works. All the open access books available in the different platforms of the world are being made available within a single platform. Again, there is another website I will show you called Directory of Open Access Journal. Now, Directory of Open Access Journal also works on the same philosophy like Directory of Open Access Books. All the open access journals available in the world can be accessed from this single platform. See, these are the different open access journals available in the different subjects, languages. You can access according to your requirement. You need not have to remember each and every name of the journal. So just you go from this platform, then you will be able to access all those platforms. I will show you another website called Project Gutenberg. Project Gutenberg, already Professor Singh sir has shown this in his slide. This is, again, you can download this ebooks for your learning purpose in this Project Gutenberg, which is also very good platform. Then there is another website called Internet Archive. This is also a good platform for downloading the books. So this was all about different online learning materials we have seen, and beyond this there are lots of other websites. You might be also aware about these things. Just these are the tentative list which we tried to show through our live demo. Also, I will show one or two websites for school education, because we have to also guide to our school communities also. You go to, you can convey this message that NCERT, they provide NCERT textbooks. You can download the NCERT textbooks from their website. This is available. Now I will show you another thing that is called Diksha app. Our Honorable Education Minister of Assam is also requesting many times to download this Diksha app. So this is the website. This is also important for the school education. This is the platform of NCERT textbooks. You can download it. So in this way, you can also extend our service to schools also. So respected participants, this was all about the learning materials which we have shown through our presentations, and this is only the tentative list. There are lots of information which you can also access by your own, and I thank the Solia College for giving me the opportunity to present my resources amongst you. Thank you very much, and over to Ruby.
Thank you so much, Pal sir. You have nicely presented with live demo. It is very informative for us. Thank you so much. Now we are proceed towards our question hour.
Yes.
Dear participants, if you have any doubt, any question, then you may ask our resource person.
If respected participants, if you have any questions, you may type in the chat box also, in the chat box of the Zoom. Also, you can raise your hand in the Zoom application. Zoom application or raise hand বুলি এটা option আছে. আপোনালোকে সেই raise hand কৰিব পাৰিব, আৰু নহলে chat boxত আপোনালোকৰ যোনটো questions আছে আপোনালোকে type কৰিব পাৰিব. কাৰোবাৰ যদি প্ৰশ্ন থাকিলে আপোনালোকে Zoom applicationত raise hand আছে. Yes. Let me, principal sir, I think. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir. No. Sir, please.
মোৰ প্ৰশ্ন আছিল যে আমাৰ যিটো উইকিপিডিয়া যিটো তাৰ অথেন্টিচিটি 100% আছে বুলি আমি ক'ব পাৰোঁ নেকি?
Sir, we can't hear you properly.
মোৰ প্ৰশ্ন আছিল, my question is whether the Wikipedias are authentic or not.
Yes, Singh sir, please kindly. Sir, please unmute yourself, Singh sir.
What was the question?
Sir, is Wikipedia is the authentic source? He is asking the question.
Yeah, today it is authentic source, but a few years back it was not authentic source. If I cite the example, during the beginning of 2000, 2001 too, during that time everybody was allowed to upload anything without checking the authenticity, and by doing so lots of unwanted information, fake information were uploaded. But accordingly the Wikipedia had lost its importance during that time. Now slowly it has gained the importance, and now you want any information, you write anything in the Google, you will get the definition from the Wikipedia. Now it is accepted and it is safe now also, nowadays also. So you can depend upon the Wikipedia, it's correct.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I hope it is answered. Now next, we will move to next person who is going to ask. Please raise your hand in the Zoom applications. Or also you can raise your hand physically also. We'll try to see and figure out. যদি options to পোৱা নাই আপোনালোকে নিজৰ হাতটো এনে physically দাঙিব পাৰিব।
You can give suggestion also, or you can just share your experiences also.
Yes,
If you don't have any question, you can share your experience, or you can give suggestion also.
I have seen Arun Sarkar sir. I want to go to Arun Sarkar sir. Sir, please unmute yourself. Yes, sir. Sir, you are audible, sir. Please speak. Sir, your sound is not coming, sir. Arun Sarkar sir. Sir, earphone to uliai diok নহলে apni.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually some problems are going on.
Okay, sir.
Thank you for the initiative. And I think I don't have any question right now, but thanks Professor Singh sir, Becca sir, especially Paul sir, you too. Thank you very much for this type of initiative.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, sir. I am looking Semi Niyuk madam. Madam, please unmute yourself. Just unmute yourself, ma'am, please. Ma'am, please unmute you. Yeah, now audible.
Thank you so much, sir, for conducting such a nice webinar. I have already attended this webinar earlier. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Actually, it's a great honor for us also. And I want to take one or two suggestions or feedback from our students. I think I have seen students. I think Vishwajit Das. Vishwajit Das, can you hear me? Vishwajit Das, please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself, Vishwajit Das.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
শুনি আছো।
ক'ব খুজিবা না তুমি?
স্যার, মোৰ কোৱেশ্চন এটাই আছিলে, যেটো আমাৰ প্ৰিন্সিপাল ছাৰে সুধি দিলে যে উইকিপিডিয়াটো কিমান দূৰ ৰিলায়েবল হয় বৰ্তমান সময়ত।
Okay, okay.
এইটোৰ এনসাৰ মই পাই গলো। Thank you for.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I have seen raising hand by Manaswini Panda madam. Please unmute yourself. Yes.
Hello, sir. It was indeed a very great program, actually. Thank you, the resource person. It was very flawless. First of all, I'd like to say thank you, the college administration, too. My question is about SWAYAM. I am a PG student here in Bharatiya University, and already I have appeared for the SWAYAM exam. So, is SWAYAM is something which is compulsory and all the students have to sit for that exam, or it depends upon the university? I just want to know about the technical thing here.
Sir, sir. Okay, okay.
मैं बोलूँ
Okay, okay, I will take it. So your question is that it is compulsory for the students to sit in the examinations, is it not?
Miss Swam is compulsory for the students. Like our department is saying that you have to sit for the exam, and if you are not sitting for the exam, the final degree, that is my what I am pursuing right now, MSW, I'll not get that. So we all have to sit for the exam, though we were like not so much interested. Or so, is it something like that? In that, is some UGC rules are there or something like that? It is compulsory for the students to appear for SWAM in
I think
education.
I think it's depend upon university, is it not, sir?
No,
Depends
no.
upon.
See, if you have opted that course in lieu of any value-added course or open course, okay. So in that case, it is essential, and you have to appear. If you enrolled yourself, you have to appear in the examination. You have to pass the examination. Then only your course, PG course, is going to be completed. Otherwise, it will be incomplete. And if you are taking just additionally other than your PG courses, just for having knowledge or something, in that case you may appear, may not appear. But if you have chosen as the in lieu of your value-added course or open course, then it is compulsory. Okay.
Respected participant, please mute your mic.
Thank you so much.
Give me 1 second. I will mute the mic, everyone. And Ruby, just give me 1 second. Yes. Now over to Ruby. Ruby, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Actually,
Now
we
we have
taken most of
almost
the
come to
questions.
our end of the session. Okay. So we can proceed.
Yes.
Our
Yes.
next part.
Yes.
Okay. Then we have almost come to our end of the session. And next agenda is vote of thanks. So I would like to thank our principal, honorable principal, sir, for your guidance and cooperation for conducting this program. Without his cooperation, guidance, it would not have been possible for us to making such type of event in our college. Thank you, sir. I would like to offer my heartfelt thanks to our coordinator, IQAC, Dr. Dheeraj Chakraborty, sir, for your support and guidance. Thank you, sir. I would also like to offer my sincere thanks to our joint coordinator, IQAC, Angshuman Sarkia, sir, for your guidance and support for organizing this program. Now, on behalf of BP Soliha College, I would like to offer my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh, sir, resource person, for giving us the opportunity to conduct this program and hear you from this platform. And in spite of your busy schedule, you have spared lots of time for us. Thank you, sir, once again. I would like to offer my sincere gratitude to our Honorable ACLS Secretary, Dr. Prasanta Kumar Deka, sir. Without your cooperation, guidance, it would have not been possible for us to conduct such type of program in Zoom platform. I would also like to offer my sincere thanks to Dr. Birendra Pal, sir, for guiding me how to proceed, advise me. So thank you, sir, for your cooperation and guidance. Lastly, I would offer my heartfelt thanks to all the participants. Without your cooperation and participants, we would have not been able to conduct this program. So thank you once again, all the participants. Thank you.
Before ending the meeting, just I'd like to take 30 seconds. I'd like to give our special thanks to Honorable Principal Sir of BP Solia College, Dr. Bibhuti Bhushan Panda, sir, without whom support we cannot organize this kind of program at your platform. Sir, please accept our thanks. Also, I'd like to extend our special thanks to the coordinator of IQAC of BP Solia College. Sir, really, it's a great honor for us to be in a single platform with all of you. Also, I would like to thank to all the members who are involved with the BP Solia College, all the teaching fraternity, all the participants, all our students who are engaged. It's really proud to see all of you in this platform. Also, special thanks to Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh sir, without whose support, without whose cooperations, we cannot move even a single step. Sir is really much very busy person, we know, but instead of his busy schedule, he has given his time for us, not only for this program, but all the programs which are being covered during this time of COVID situation. Sir, very much thankful to you. And the special thanks to the persons, Dr. P.K. Deka sir, for whose support, whose guidance, for whose patience. We can say yesterday night also he was talking with me last I think 3 o'clock night was sir, Deka sir. So 3 o'clock he was talking with me about this program in BP Solia College, how we have to conduct this program. So sir, very much thankful to you for your kind support, your kind hard labor. It's really given us a good result, sir. Thank you very much. And also special thanks to Ruby Bosio, who has worked very hard for this program, because she is the lady I should acknowledge, because she was very much serious in her initiatives. She was talking about with me, and whatever the things, whatever the guidelines we have given, she has really followed it. Thank you, Ruby Bosio, madam, for your kind support. Thank you. With this, I would like to conclude the meeting as end. Thank you very much.
Just one announcement you give. Just on 4th of June, just we are going to conduct one this e-content creation management program, and under SWAYAM program, SWAYAM platform, and under that program, the principal along with the nodal officer or in charge of the SWAYAM program of each and every colleges can participate in it, and other details will provide within a day or two. So just make an announcement like that.
Respected participants, there is a announcement which is very important, because somewhat you might be interested in developing your SWAYAM courses. আপনালোকে ভাবিব পাৰে যে আমি SWAYAM courses নিজৰ কেনেকা আমি develop কৰো. We have invited an expert from InfluentNet, scientist Mr. Abhishek Kumar. He is the person who is working on all the projects of MHRDs like NIRF, SWAYAM, MOOCs, and IRMIS. Different projects of MHRDs are going on. He is going to be connected with us on 4th of this month, of next month, June, at 2 o'clock. So if you are interested, you may kindly register. We will give the registration link in our official website of Assam College Librarians Association from today evening. I think we are going to link it. So if you are interested, it is basically for the college principals. It is basically for the nodal officers of SWAYAM from the colleges. It is for the faculty members of the universities and the colleges, and the other academic staff who are interested on this topic. There is the limitation of 290 participants. So if you are interested, you can visit it. So with this, I'd like to end this meeting, and before this meeting we will share the feedback form in the WhatsApp group. Kindly give us this feedback. It is very important for us, and hope we will meet all of you with new initiatives in future. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everybody. A special thanks to the principal of the college, Panda Sahab.